sounding like your roof was going to lift before, or you're not too bad?
None of the above. I'm pretty good here.
Roger that. Oh, that's good to know then. Good to know. All right, and all right. I'll let 750 now have a conversation with you, because I think he wanted to talk to you about whatever. And now he's got his audio back to perfect. And yours is too. Like you said, you got rid of the noise in the background. So I'll take a standby and let you two have a chat.
Yeah, Roger. Thanks, 26. 750. Notification, I'm not quite sure why you didn't get one, but I've got a live stream going right now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if it's just on your oh yeah. Oh, now here. I looked a couple of minutes ago, I didn't see anything. Hang on, maybe I don't know. Yeah, no, I normally get a notification. I've got it set to get a notification. I'm sure. Hang on. Oh no, hang on. On my I better check on the I'll log in. I'll log into the 750 Australia one and see. I'm pretty sure. Obviously I'm subscribed now. I should be getting notifications. I'll have a look.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. There have been some changes. There have been a few changes on YouTube, and yeah, I've dialed my audio back a bit to hopefully eliminate that feedback. But yeah, and so I'm not too sure why you wouldn't have gotten notification. Anyway.
Oh, hang on, I think I just realised. Yeah, no, it's alright. It'd be on my end. So I sort of reset everything on Thunderbird, and I only added back a couple of email addresses, like the sort of important ones, and I just realised that the one I normally use for the 750 Australia account, I haven't added the email back, so I'm sure if I add that one, then I'll see the email there. So it's all good. I worked it out. Obviously, something I did on my end. Actually, I've been meaning to sort of change that email address, because it's not really one I use for anything anymore. So I'll have to work it out on my end. So yeah, no, all good. All sorted out. Yeah, Roger. Because obviously I like to sort of know when someone goes live, you or Motormouth or whatever. At least I sort of get a notification if I'm around. I'll tune in and see what's going on.
Hang on. Yeah, I know what you mean. I just haven't bothered doing that myself. A bit hard when I'm driving the truck. If something like that were to pop up every now and then, it'd just do me head in. Hey, but anyway, I have a question for you. You know the cooling fan in the back of the radio?
Yeah.
Does that have a relay or anything attached to it? Does that have a relay? Because I'm kind of thinking to have it set up for switching on when I let go of the key rather than when I'm keying up. Because when I'm keying up, the fan noise comes through in my transmission. Yeah.
No, I can't even remember. I think it was coming through a bit. I think that was sort of mostly reduced with I think I used an inductor or something, but I mean I think it sort of does come through, but you have to basically Green might be able to hear it a little bit in the background. But it's like, I don't know. It's pretty much something that I'd say it'd be impossible for 99% of people to actually hear. It'd be like not even 1% audio. I know what you're saying. I can't even remember how it's set up, to be honest, but yeah, it's something that it's so sort of low down that you don't even really you'll never notice it while you're talking. It's just maybe if you drop a dead key and you're doing 30s to someone, they'd hear it a little bit in the background. I'd say that's all it is, unless it's sort of got louder since then, but I doubt it. Yeah.
can't hear it now because I'm doing it log style. I've jammed a screwdriver in there so I can't spin. But my overs are that short, so it's the heatsink that's on there would be dissipating any heat by the time I finish me over there, is it?
No, I wouldn't hear it either way. There's no way I'd be able to hear it. As I said, maybe Green would be able to hear it, but even to him, I'd imagine it'd be very quiet, sort of in the background, and the moment you sort of talk, it'd be completely gone. That's how I'm guessing Green can hear it. I guess he could sort of confirm or, confirm that or not. But that's how I imagine it would sound to him anyway. Like, as in like, someone that close to you.
Well, actually, the other week it was more of a buzz. It was given a buzz, wasn't it? There, 6.
Yeah, last week the buzz was something else. But now the fan should be going.
Well, 100% I can hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear a thing. But I imagine it's not that, I'm guessing you can hear it, Green, but I don't know, how loud does it sound to you? Is it like 1% of his audio or something? Like if you had like a fan going in the background just a little bit, would it be louder than that? Would it come above, would it be above that? Or I don't know, because, I don't know. I can't imagine it'd be sort of annoying or anything.
No, it's not annoying or distracting in any way, shape or form, and only because he was dead keying it. If you had audio coming through, wouldn't even notice it at all, even from the signal I'm getting from him. So the buzz ended up being something else there, Postman Roger. I thought you'd tracked it down to being that same fan you're talking about now, but no, I didn't hear the same buzz when you just let the screwdriver out and allowed it to spin. So, okay, you've worked out what your buzz was too. All good. I'm trying really hard not to let any expletives fly in case Tony's daughter's still in the background listening. Thanks, Steve. Is it only me, or like when Postman keys up, does it take a minute for the signal to jump up? I don't know. Something funny.
I'll have to wait to see when he keys up. I haven't taken notice.
He might just be knocking the front end out of my radio. He's booming out that much.
YouTube or Google. I mean, you got to log into Google and all that, but trying to work out this email shit, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if they deliberately make it hard, or you sort of got to log in and this and that and set up an email, or change your email address, or set up a recovery. I don't know. It's just, it's a nightmare. I don't know. Companies with all this money would sort of work out how to make it as easy as possible to navigate, but I don't know, it seems like the bigger they are, the harder it is to. It's just me there, Green, but I don't know. That's my little internet rant.
Oh, sounds like a government website.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, as I said, the more money they have, the less, the harder they like to make it to bloody navigate. Yeah, that's it, pretty much.
Yeah, Roger. Take a standby while I bring in the breaker. Go ahead, breaker. Cameron, I don't know what you've done since before, but your audio is very soft to me. Did you just say that's a different radio? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm only getting every third word or thereabouts at the moment, Cameron. So I don't know if it's got a mic gain that you need to turn up, or something, or that radio's just not very happy on AM. Yeah, I could hear you that time, but still not as loud as you were on the other radio. But you might...
Not very happy.
Yeah, I can pick up every word at the minute, so yeah, that's a little bit better. What's that radio? Oh, well, there's your problem there, Super Puma. Roger that, I know the radios. I remember people that had those in their car in the day, and it's probably not the best for AM.
Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them at all.
That's a classic radio.
It's a classic radio, all right, 750. And who's the other station said nothing wrong with it?
Yeah, that'd be me, the one that you're the only one that... Oh, there we go. Everyone can hear me now.
Oh, have you been doing that deliberately?
No, I'm just testing something out. I'm trying to find the right level. I'm just testing stuff.
That's right. As long as you know what's going on, that's the main thing. I was detecting something happening, and I did ask others if they were seeing or hearing the same thing as me, or was it me, or was it you, but you know it's you, so that's all right.
Yeah, 100% it's me, mate. 100%, yeah. Can you still hear me?
He's up to no good, 750, that's all I know.
Oh, there we go.
But can you still hear me now, Green?
When no one else talks, I can still hear you now, Postman.
Would you believe that that's just going through the switch? That's, it's not switching over to the antenna.
Yeah, 750 just stood all on top of your head there, and I missed out on what you were trying to say on your, I don't know what are you using a G-clamp perhaps?
Yes, that's it. G-clamp. Roger.
Well, that G-clamp is working. I can hear your G-clamp there, over.
Yes, the RF sensing on the MFJ switch, which is meant to switch from, when I key up, it's meant to switch across to radio to antenna. It's not doing that. So right now, the radio is feeding into the MFJ switch, and that's what you're hearing.
Yeah, well then that's been happening throughout a few of your overs in the last 20 odd minutes. To me, anyway, I've detected that. Stand by, go ahead, breaker. I think it was you again, Cameron. You don't need to break again, mate. You just put out a call. Go ahead.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, the Grant's much louder. Definitely much louder there, Cameron. And a much better radio. $60, well, you definitely got yourself a bargain.
But not as loud as some.
Definitely not. Roger that there, Cameron. And yeah, 100% there, 06.
Yeah, no, the delay won't happen all the time. But, you know, it's a bit like Prime Minister, you know, when he goes clack, clack, clack. That's what you're experiencing there, mate.
Yeah, roger that. Oh, I think I doubled with someone else.
I'm just calling out to 06.
Yeah, go ahead, 750.
Yeah, roger there. Victoria Radio 06750 Mud Duck Radio returning to your last over, and I'm about to commence my over. No, you just reminded me, yeah, I guess, have you seen, what's his name? The one you just mentioned, his videos. I'm guessing you sort of been checking them out?
Yeah, I actually posted in his audio one. I posted 5 days after it went up, so I don't know if he responded yet. But Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been watching Skullcracker.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, that's pretty pretty interesting. Yeah, I've been checking them out, and yeah, see. So I think I watched it a couple of times because first time I wasn't really sort of paying full attention, but then I wanted to sort of see it properly, and sometimes you sort of watch a video like that, you sort of watch it twice, and it sort of sinks in better. But it's pretty cool. It's obviously everyone appreciates what he does, and yeah, he's definitely got a love for it and all that. But that's it. But I think ultimately, like whatever way however you do it. Like obviously, I'm doing it different to how he does it, and different to how you do. You know, everyone's sort of doing it a bit different. You might be doing something a bit sort of a bit similar, or I mean, the end result is what matters pretty much. But it's definitely good. You know, it gives you ideas, and I haven't really changed much yet, but yeah, he's definitely given me a couple of ideas to try. Just a couple of little things to play around with, and even if it's just sort of maybe add a little EQ and just EQ a couple of little areas if I wanted, just to sort of see how it goes. So I mean, at the very least, it definitely gives us some ideas. Sort of think, oh yeah, I never thought of trying that. This might improve things. So definitely valuable information there, back.
Yeah, well, that's. I was in the process of adjusting my EQs before he brought that video out, because I'd been listening to a couple of squads' gates, and my bottom end was overpowering the region where he receives. So I made some changes to it. Look, the good thing I like about his compared to Triple M, Triple M uses a lot of free, or pretty much everything free when it comes to plugins. And he swears by them, but unless you listen to, you grab a free plugin with similar controls to one of the upmarket paid for plugins, and you run them side by side, you're not going to notice that difference. But so yeah, looking at Skullcrackers, it's, for me, I was looking at the plugins that he was using, which he uses Fab Filter and stuff like that. So I've got to adjust my gate, man. My noise gate's picking up, my audio's been picked up and breaking the gate and causing that little bit of feedback. Not doing it now. It'll do it now. Nah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I've got to adjust my noise gate. Your long-winded station just got down.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, definitely has some interesting gates. Yeah, you can definitely it's, I don't know. There are some very how can I say, some very simple plugins and stuff that they might do something very basic and they'll just charge like $100 for it or something, even though it's just to sort of make it, I don't know. I guess because people still buy them, but it might just be something simple that you can pretty much find the equivalent that does the same thing for free, and maybe some people just maybe it's just to sort of make people feel like they're buying something that's more valuable than it is. But yeah, there are some free things, but yeah, there are definitely some expensive things that you probably won't find a comparable free version, and that's fair enough. But I think I think you probably have to spend a little bit either way on something. If you try to sort of go 100% free, you probably wouldn't be able to achieve what you want. I'm guessing, but I don't know. But sometimes less. I think less is more. All the reverb and this and that over the top. It can be good, but I don't know. It's even like say 131s. Like I like his, but just the reverb and stuff I don't like. So sometimes it's not necessarily what they have. It just depends on the settings. But I mean, that's the beauty of your own thing. You sort of run it how you like, you know. Not everyone will like it, but if you like it, then it's the main thing. But some people might think that there might be something on this they don't like, or maybe they think it would sound even better with some more reverb or something. So it's all very personal, I suppose. But I know what you mean. Yeah, if you go completely free, you're probably not going to get the best, but. I don't think you have to go completely over the top either, As I said, some of them are sort of like they charge an arm and a leg, but they're not really worth that at all. But some of them, they might be. So you just trial and error pretty much.
Yeah, 100% right, man. Look, even honestly, with the free ones, for CB radio, yeah, you'll get away with it. When you start playing with stations that can receive everything we're doing, that's when you really want to be able to open it up. That's when you want to be able to run it 10K wide. Like right now, my settings are 70 hertz is where the bottom end rolls off. And the top end rolls off at 4,200, below 0 dB, starts rolling off. And negative 12 is around about 22 hertz up to 8K. But you're not going to hear that because, like I said, it's down low. But yeah. So for the general CB public, you get away with free, no problem. But when you do want to start talking with people that are up, that are able to receive the wideband, that's when you'll notice the difference between a $100 plug-in compared to a free one.
Yeah, that's it. But even then, I suppose. But I mean, obviously, Chrome has. If you really wanted to, use equipment and all that, I mean, he's obviously got all that there if he wanted to. But there's obviously not much point in, like you showed, the presets and everything. That's obviously a big part of it. It's so easy just to change a preset. It's a lot easier than turning knobs and everything, like physically going through stuff. But I don't think there'd be much of a difference, especially on CB. And even if someone does have like the wide receive, if you was to do like a comparison with hardware versus software, I don't think you'd really notice the difference. If you really get them both going good, I doubt you'd probably hear a difference. But that's just what I sort of think. Who knows? But yeah, the latest one I sort of did. Well, you'd hear it on your end. You'd hear it on like Green's, on a stock radio receiver. You probably wouldn't hear it. But yeah, I've got a bit of a high pass filter, normally because of how the arm is set up, the microphone arm, sort of on the table. Like if I tap the table, you're not really hearing much. You hear a bit of a tap, but no sort of bassy sound. But if I get rid of this high pass filter, hang on. You're probably hearing a lot of bass there. I open to the mouse. No, okay. Yeah, now I'll sort of add the high pass filter back. And you'll be, I'm sure you'll be hearing it on your end on the SDR. There you go.
Yeah, you got that right there, 750. 100%. Hey, how's my stock microphone sounding, man? This stock microphone. Click of a switch. Oh no, not click of a switch. It's the click of a mouse button.
I don't know. It's almost too clean to be a stocky, I guess. Maybe EQ wise, but it's almost still too clean. Like I know, obviously, I'm sure you heard Prime's mobile preset, but it's nothing. If you're sort of trying to do something a bit like that, it's too clean to be like that, I reckon.
Okay, so still too clean. Oh, maybe I'll go for the telephone instead. Yeah. Telephone. Yeah, there we go. Hey, 750. had some sibilance, Hey, 750. How about now?
No, you went a bit too far. I think sort of go back a bit to just where it was a couple of seconds before that. And I think it sort of it reminded me of one of those little I can't remember the names of those stockies. I don't know if you remember what's his name. I guess I'll keep it PG just in case. Black, what's his name? Used to have all those stock mics. I think I got one of them from him. Like they were small little handheld stockies, but they had that real sort of punchy sort of tinny sound. It reminded me of that one actually for a second.
Are you talking about Brian?
No, what's his name? I don't think his name was Brian, was it?
Black.
Yeah, it was Brian. Brian in Mill Park.
Yeah, or South Marine. And the PG version is Rooster, that's it. Yeah, I don't know if you remember those little stock mics that he had. The way he just had it like a moment ago, it reminded me of one of them. Like kind of, imagine like a Lee-Son sounding, but sort of like as a stock mic, it was a bit like that.
So what? Like this? Is that what? No, it's still got too much sibilance. Hello. Man, this Pro 510E. No, I'll bring it back up. Too far. That'll do. Just me and this stock microphone, Roger.
No, you went like trebly, and it was good, and then you went a bit too trebly, and you were talking about the sibilance, and that when you sort of went that bit too trebly, that was a bit too much. But just before you went too high, it was kind of like just right.
Yeah, so around about there. Right there.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, the roll off the curve, 500 hertz, 3100.
Yeah, what did you, how up was it? 31, was it 300s or 3100, did you say?
Yeah, so the high cut starts at 3100 and rolls off. It's a steep roll. And low pass is rolling off from about 520 hertz down.
Roger. Yeah, it's a bit more stocky sound. I think when you first had that switch to it, it was kind of like sort of stocky in a way, but it was still too clean. You know what I mean? Like no stocky would sound that clean kind of thing. It's gotta have a bit of dirtiness to it to have like that. As I said, like his mobile preset. You know, it's not like you can't just have the EQ. You gotta have like that dirty sound to it as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try for that dirty sound. There we go. Cobra 148, circa 20 years ago, 25 years ago with the Dave Mate M4.
Yeah, more than that. Like how your Cobra was. I definitely that thing got pretty loud. Yeah.
How about it out there, 750? Hey, 75006, Mini Mobile, break.
But if anything, it maybe sounds a bit like your tram radio. I don't know what mic you use on that. Like that, your tram radio with a stock mic. It sounds a bit similar to that now.
Yeah, the tram run that off the Turner Crystal mic.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Definitely not sounding hi-fi. It's definitely sounding a bit more like that now. More like a CB mic, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a bit of lo-fi, mate. A little bit of lo-fi here, right? Roger.
And the green, it's all probably sounding the same.
I can definitely detect differences, but probably not the same as what you can with what you're listening from and how it's modified to do so and whatever, but I certainly can tell something's going on when he does this, that and the other.
Yeah, well, I like prime set as well. You still got to cater mainly to the main frequencies, I suppose, that people can hear, and then just sort of add more, whatever. Trying to find a bit of balance or something. So I don't know. I just sort of got mine how I sort of set it up like this. I generally don't really touch it at all. Sort of I don't know. As far as I can tell, it's pretty much good for narrow receive and the wide receive. I think it's sort of I think it's good for both. It's covering both pretty well, so that's sort of where you got to aim for. You can have it nice and smooth sounding on the wide receive, but if you sort of go, I guess, too smooth in a way, if you know what I mean, then on like a normal CB on a narrow receive, then it won't sound good enough. You know what I mean? It will sound too sort of muffled or something. So you got to find a bit of a balance, yeah.
Yeah, roger that. Well, again, Six can obviously hear you differently than I can.
Hello. 1, 2.
Up on your desk, I could hear the difference. Just would have been a different sound that I was hearing to what someone with a modified.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, it's got like a real low bass that, you sort of hear maybe some of the harmonics on there. We wouldn't be hearing the full thing. Yep.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just tinkering. Noise back down. Got to adjust it. Hello. Yeah, just doing a bit of tinkering here. Roger.
No, I think it's to do with the noise gate, Green. Yeah, if you set it too high, then it starts cutting out your voice. But yeah, no, I can hear Six underneath you, there, Green. But yeah, like you said, you're just playing around. But I can hear him talking, but obviously I can't really understand what he's saying when you get that big hammer down.
Nasty big hammer. Yeah, I'm just tinkering a bit. Hey, I'm taking that opportunity when Green's on the key, because I know you won't hear me over him, and it gives me a chance to play around.
Yeah, and that's cool. I know what you're doing. Yeah, he's definitely got the OTT thing going on. That's what Green loves to do. So can't argue with that. But that's all good. It's all good. It's always something to play around with. But I can't even remember how I came across Prime's channel, but I did, and I've seen all this stuff. I've watched all of them. So it's good. It's kind of like his own little thing. Like unless you sort of know who it is, you obviously got no idea. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, roger, man. I made some changes to the gain in the earlier stages. Are you detecting much?
Is that? I've got to recalibrate my ears. Are you going back? Is that back to the hi-fi sound? Which one? What are you playing around with now?
Yeah, still hi-fi. I'm just playing with the gains, the output gain. Like this is on the EQ, which is right at the start of the audio chain. All right, so I'm just finding sweet spots. So I'm just tinkering with the actual gain. Hello. Hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ooh, overdrive. Stop feedback. I said stop. There we go. I wish my dog would listen like that.
Well, there you go. If you scream loud enough, your feedback does listen to you.
Yeah, so on each of the plugins, I've got an input and an output, and I'm just tinkering with the output. Oh, it's not on every plugin, but I'm bringing the plugins below 0 dB.
Okay, I think it's pretty similar than how you had it initially. Maybe driving a little bit more. I can't remember now because once you sort of start changing things, it's hard to remember how you had it. But it's good at the moment. I said maybe driving a little bit harder, but I can't remember.
Yeah, right. Well, the EQ output's gone up, which I think has given me a little bit more treble, a little bit more top end.
Yeah, like that mid trebles maybe come up a bit. I don't know. Yeah, something like that possibly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I could hear it. Yeah. Yeah. See if I do a short. Yeah. Yeah. It's music to my ears.
Yeah. Well, basically, I'm guessing, I don't know if that feedback is coming through the SDR, but I think I mentioned it a while ago, obviously I've got the same antenna switch, and that RCA thing that you can use, it's either normally open or normally closed or whatever. I have that so when I transmit, that changes from open to closed, and that shorts out the, every setup's different, but yeah, basically, the back of the SDR, like I can listen to it, I can just, I can hook up the SDR, via USB, turn it on, and then listen to it normally, through the PC speakers. But it's got a headphone jack as well, which is what I use now for when I'm for when I'm transmitting. So the headphone jack goes to the back of the PC, but I'm using the control thing to close, so that when I key up, it shorts out the input, or the output, I should say, the headphone jack output. It shorts it out. So I can't say I'm not hearing myself. I'm hearing myself just a tiny bit, like just a bit of my voice, but not enough to cause any feedback. You know what I mean? So when I key off, I'll get the receive, but when I transmit, I'm not coming through the speakers because it's shorted out. So yeah, that's my method of doing it. But I suppose every setup you got to do your own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with mine, I'm running it through the surround sound off the big screen TV at the moment. Now I've changed over to the Rode M1 dynamic microphone, and I'm sure you'll probably hear a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah, it came up. What did you change from to change to? Because I think some sort of difference happened there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before I was talking into a 25mm condenser microphone, and now I'm talking into a dynamic, similar to the SM50, whatever it is, the Rode equivalent, not my $20 Sony.
Yeah, I was going to say, because some dynamic mics are very good, obviously, but normally with the condenser mics, I guess if you have, if they're on sort of a similar value, you'd sort of say the condenser one might sound a bit smoother. Like, any mic I've noticed, even the SM7B, like, that's obviously one of the more expensive dynamic mics, but even that sort of, I don't know, one thing I noticed with the dynamic mics, they've got that certain sound in the bass. It's, I don't know, like it is, like, I don't know, it's just different. I don't know if you sort of know what I mean, or if you've heard it. Like, if you compare like a good condenser mic, it's, I don't know, it tends to sort of sound a bit smoother. But in this case, I think the dynamic mic sounds a bit better than the condenser. But like you said, maybe if it's just a cheaper condenser mic, that could be, I guess, what it is. But in this case, the M1 maybe sounds a bit sort of smoother in the bass. I think there you go.
Yeah, that's what I was detecting too. It's a little bit mellower, and I've just turned the mic gain up on the Focusrite, so the green ring is actually lighting up now. Shut up. Oh, hello. Well, the red ring is lighting up now. Better back that down. Yeah, so I'm definitely hearing what you're saying. The bass is a little bit better in its spread. I think that's probably the best description. So from way bottom to just before the mids, it's like more of a mellow setup.
Yeah, it's not as sort of thin sounding as the condenser, which as I said that's probably more the fault. Yeah, if you have like I said, a condenser that's of similar value to the dynamic, then you might have then the bass might be a bit better than the M1, or might be more similar. But this is sort of more bit of a thicker kind of bassy sound, I guess. But also you sort of want to control it as well. It can probably get out of control a lot easier if you don't sort of tame it a bit, I suppose. And if you have your EQ a bit strong, or if it's not sort of being limited properly, then the bass can get a bit sort of too muddy if you're not careful, I suppose. But like I'm guessing obviously this one sounds like the better quality mic, so if you sort of get this one working right, then it will sound better than the other one. But as I said, you've got to be careful not to go too far with the bass.
Yeah, not too far. Me and not too far. That's a combination.
Well, actually, maybe you know how Prime's thing on his latest video has got like that sort of EQ sort of drop, like like how he says around the sort of 200 to 500. If you sort of that's where it sort of starts to get a bit muddy. So you'd probably have to EQ specifically for that mic, but maybe if you sort of play around with that region, not like the real sort of deep bass, but around sort of like the muddy area, around 200, somewhere between 200 and 500. If you just sort of, if it starts to get a bit sort of muddy sounding, bit sort of crunched up, a bit sort of too warm kind of thing. You sort of bring down, sort of work out where it sort of needs to sort of come down in that region. That tends to sort of clear it right up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've already done all that. I've done that ages ago. Hang on a minute. I've done that ages ago because, like, I've got suppression EQ with a tight roll-off at 250 hertz and also at 1.2k. 1.2k is another one of the frequencies that gives you maximum muddiness. I've got me high cut, low cut, followed by suppression EQ, followed by an enhancement EQ, and then the noise gate, and a couple other ones, and I won't go into detail.
Yeah, see, I haven't really messed it up. I don't know, I might do it one day. I haven't really, if anything, I think maybe this mic, I don't even know if it'd really need it, but if anything, maybe just a tiny bit. If there is a bit of muddiness, I could probably sort that out, but at the moment, the only thing I've really done with an EQ is that high pass filter, so you don't sort of hear all that. If I sort of tap the desk or tap the mic, it's like, 95% of it's gone, just with the high pass. So that's about all I've done with the EQ at the moment. But I might one day sort of try and play around a little bit more, see if I can maybe get it sounding just a touch smoother. But as I said, this, I don't think this mic really needs it. But if it does, might just be a couple of dB or something. You know how it is. There's always something you just sort of want to pick out or maybe improve a little bit. dB by dB. Sort of. We'll get there.
Which is what I'm doing. Trying to get there. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just tinkering. See, like right now, I'm using the gate as an expander because if I use it as a straight gate, it's real harsh on the cut, whereas running it a gate as an expander, it's got a bit more of a smooth roll-off, so it doesn't just open and close. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm actually using more of with what I'm using, the Pro I mean, it's got like the noise reduction. I'm using more like that. That's sort of, I'm pretty much using that as a gate. Okay, well, I haven't really got much background noise going on at the moment. There's nothing really going on, but yeah, the noise reduction pretty much handles that pretty well. I got that set how I like, so that's pretty much my my noise gate. So it doesn't affect my voice, but I've got it set just enough to sort of clean up all the background noise. If there's a bit of hiss or something like that, just all the background shit, And then I guess in summer, when you've got the aircon running, that might do a bit as well. So if it's there a little bit in the background, it doesn't really bother me. But if I disable the noise reduction altogether, then there's a shitload of background noise. But if I get rid of most of it, then it does pretty much a good enough job that I don't really sort of need a noise gate. So that pretty much does the job for me. But that's it. Like I said, there are some that are sort of a bit too harsh, a bit sort of too you want something that's sort of a bit smooth. Otherwise your voice sort of sounds like you don't want every word to sound like it's clipping. You want a bit more bit of a smoother release kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Did you remember Charlie from Box Hill back in the old days?
Not sure. Green? Hey, Green, do you remember who Tony's talking about?
Yeah, maybe he was more of a UHF guy. I'm not quite sure, but he's in the amateur radio and he's always talking about, the qualities of microphones. He runs a compressor, a filter, all sorts of stuff to try and get the best quality. The discussions you're having just remind me of him.
Roger that there, Tony. Well, myself and 750, well, I don't know about him at the moment, but I'm listening on the SDR, so I'm listening at 11K wide, and I can hear his highs and lows to perfection. I'm pretty sure he's listening the same. I've got a live feed going on at the moment there, Tony, on YouTube. So you'll see exactly what I'm hearing and what he's hearing, if you're up for a quick listen.
Yeah, I might have to look it up. So tell me, do I know 750?
Not too sure. 750. Have you ever met 355?
Don't think I have. Obviously you.
Yes.
Maybe he is or isn't aware that I guess we've done a couple of the Mountain Radio challenges together, so I might have sort of spoken to him, but as for sort of meeting personally or whatever, I don't know. I'd have to say no because I can't really remember, to be honest. I'm guessing you've met him and all that, but I don't think I have from memory. But I said I've been to a couple of the challenges, but that's maybe about as far as it's gone. Yeah.
I'm going to say Bundoora Park 2010 barbecue.
Yeah, so Green's got the ultimate memory when it comes to eyeballs. He seems to remember faces and names and everything. So there you go. Yeah, ask Green if I remember, because he'll know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were both at the 2010 Bundoora Park CB eyeball.
I think I still have a photo from that one, if that was the one. There was a big group photo, and I think there was someone made a sign that said, was it 2010 eyeball or something like that? Everyone got a photo. I think, if that's the one you're referring to, that's about all I remember from that.
Yeah, Black Cat made that sign, and I think Tony was trying to talk. So go ahead, Tony.
You might be listening with a delay. If you just go to the YouTube search, you just do Mr. 06 Postman, all one word, it should come up, yeah?
Okay, I've just clicked on a link that says 3.655 from earlier tonight. I'll see if I can have a look. Because it could be otherwise.
that's it, Tony. If you click on that one, and then go to the to who created it, i.e. me, you should be able to see what I got going right now.
Yeah, roger that, yeah. It says live now.
That'd be the one, isn't it, Vince?
Yeah, live now, yeah. You said something about Facebook earlier. I think you said it's got like a 90-second delay. You can't. Is that? I've never even streamed on Facebook. I don't think. Is it possible to adjust the delay like you can on YouTube? Because obviously YouTube you can get it down to a couple of seconds, which is much better. I suppose you can have whatever delay you want.
Yeah, I tried with Facebook, and I was getting it down to about 40 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It might be my connection, man. I've upgraded my internet. I'm now running, I'm still 4G Optus, but I'm running it, the modem I got now, the QE 88 or 800 or something like that.